The Galaxy A53 and the A33 are pretty much exactly the same phone. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because, I had a chance to get brief hands-on with them, and I'll be very honest, especially in regards to the A53, after spending time with the A52 last year, I've got a lot more confidence in this is how you pretty much do a mid-range phone this time round. But you know what? We're going to break it down and discuss it, talk about both devices because they are just so similar, and pretty much share my thoughts at the end. And hopefully I'll get the review units in once I pretty much get a chance to talk about it, man. Yeah, let's talk Galaxy A53 and A33. Let's go. Hi, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this and you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. All right, I only had about 30 to 45 minutes with both these devices, so this isn't going to be necessarily a review. This is more like a quick first look and very, very early impressions. Hopefully, when I get to use it, put my SIM card, set it up properly, really get to test out the camera and especially the battery, yeah, it's going to be a good look for sure. But you know what, let's start with the design. Now, basically from the back, you're not going to be able to tell both these phones apart. There's 4 colors that it comes in. The theme of it is all about being awesome. So it's awesome peach, white, black, and blue. I ain't gonna lie to you, the blue and the peach definitely are the ones that I lean more towards. But you know what, funny enough, the peach is kind of nice. Now, one of the things I'll definitely say is that polycarbonate plastic at the back with the glossy rail definitely feels a lot better compared to the A52. The A52 last year definitely felt like a toy. And then you've got Gorilla Glass 5 at the front as well. So overall, the design is nice. All the things that you do expect, such as the USB-C port. My favorite, as always, is dual SIM. Micro SD card is still there. The volume rocker and the power button are still on the same side, which they were separate. But guess what? Sadly, the headphone port is gone. Boy, content creators definitely gonna come in here and not be happy about that. But I have to admit, for a mid-range phone at this price, they should have done better to keep it, but your listening experience is gonna be wireless this time round. But I know for a fact it's really down to the size of the battery increasing, which we're gonna be talking about a bit later. But what is good to see is that you do still get to keep IP67 water and dust resistant. So you know what, yeah, overall, at least maintaining the micro SD card is a good look. What I definitely gotta say though is that the dimensions of the phones are pretty much the same. They feel no different. There is a size difference, but it's very marginal. But overall, I gotta say, I feel more confident when using and handling it because boy, that A52 last year, if you remember my review, unboxing and impressions, I talked about it, man. It felt like a toy. This one just feels a bit more solid and I really, really like it. But you know what? When you see both these devices, you ain't gonna be able to tell them apart. Right now for the display, this is when you can start telling them apart. If we start with the A53, it is using a 6.5 inch display and it's using a Super AMOLED panel. It's a 1080p plus display and it's 120 hertz. Now, it's not adaptive, it's 120 hertz and you can switch to 60 hertz as well, but it's using an infinity hole punch hole. And that's a very, very, very differentiating factor compared to the A53. Because if you look at the A53, again, 6.4 inches, the size difference isn't that much, but it's actually using a small infinity U notch. It's not a hole punch as such. It's 1080p and it's using 90 hertz. Again, it's Super AMOLED. It's the design that's really the difference because really 90 to 120 hertz, you'd be hard pressed to really tell the difference. Now, what they are saying is that there is a high brightness mode that does go up to 800 nits, but in terms of the typical, probably gonna be around 400 or 500 nits as well. I didn't really get a chance to test the in-display fingerprint sensor, the haptics, those things really matter to me, especially the haptic feedback. But you know what, overall, to the look, the A53 definitely looks the part. This is where you can really tell the difference because even in terms of the size, 6.4, 6.5, trust me, you're not really gonna be able to see the difference. But overall, man, the A53, signature Samsung, decent enough bezels, slight chin, it's overall really good. That's the one you're gonna really lean towards for the best viewing experience out of the two. But to be honest, it's near enough the same thing. All right, the specs. Now, you can't really test the outright performance, but the specs this time around is based on the Exynos 1280. It's 5 nanometers, it does have 5G, it's octa-core based, and I think the 2 performance cores really do boost up to 2.4 gigahertz, and then you've got 2 gigahertz, but I believe the 2 gigahertz only refer to the A53, whereas the A33 goes down to 1.8. That will be clarified a bit later on. In terms of the SKUs, everything else is pretty much the same, man. 6 and 8 gigabytes of RAM, and you've got 128 gigs of storage, and 256 when you go up. But again, the micro SD card is there, man, an additional 1 terabyte. So it is good to see that there. Now, Again, you guys know my experience last year with the A52 really just not being that good when it comes to performance optimization, and it didn't really surprise me why the A52s needed to come out. I really hope that's just not the case this time around. We don't need an S model, and hopefully the performance out of the gate really does the job. But yeah, specs wise, that's what we're working with. It's Exynos, it's 5nm, it's got 5G, and you do get up to 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Whew. Now the camera hardware follow the same principle for both, but you know, there's gonna be slight differences. If you look at the A53, the main camera sensor is 64 megapixels, it's f1.8 for the aperture, and it does have OIS. The ultra wide is 12 megapixels, and then you have a depth and a macro camera. Both are 5 megapixels and f2.4. The selfie is 32 megapixels. Now, everything's the same with the A33, it's just the main sensor is 48 megapixels. Still f1.8, OIS, and the ultra wide is 8 megapixels, and the selfie, I believe, is 30 megapixels. If I'm wrong, I will correct it, but that's really the difference. Now, in terms of the video capabilities, it's pretty much the same as last year, so I would definitely recommend go and check out my camera comparison that I did with the A52 and the Oppo Find X3 Lite, I believe, which it whooped. So that was a really, really strong point, which from memory is pretty much the same as 4K 30 frames a second, no 4K 60. You do get that on the main camera and the selfie as well. But hopefully I get that in, give it a lover of tech, camera comparison style, and pretty much put it out there. But it's on par, and so far, it looks to be quite good because the focus is really on the new NPU and also things like night mode and OIS. All these things coming together hopefully should give a better experience when it comes to the camera for pictures and also videos, daylight and nighttime, but we're gonna test it out. But yeah, very much similar principle. Now software-wise, both of these phones are on par, and I rate what Samsung are doing here. Out of the box, it's Android 12 with One UI 4.1. I was actually thinking it was gonna be 4.0, but you know, 4.1 out the box is a good look. Now, in terms of One UI look, this ain't the home for it. Sam Mobile is the place. As you know, I'm the host and a video producer. I'm gonna plug Sam Mobile. That's where all your One UI coverage gets done. I don't really do it here. So without a doubt, I'm gonna post a video where we did that on all that's new with One UI 4.1 and all subsequent follow-ups on there. But you know what? Out the box is great. At the time, I didn't realize this, but these mid-range phones that pretty much are under £400 are gonna be getting 4 years of OS version updates, just like the flagship phones, with 5 years of security monthly. Bruh, talk about value. That's how you do mid-range. That's a good look. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was holding my breath. I didn't think that we're gonna do that. So it's a good look that they've done that. But you know, all the things that you expect from One UI 4 are definitely here. Things like the privacy control, color palette, the widgets, all those things, man. Go check out that video, but this is a good look when it comes to the software, man. Well done, Samsung. All right, battery. In terms of the capacity, again, they're the same. 5,000 milliamps. You do get support for 25 watt super fast charging, as Samsung calls it. There's no wireless charging, I believe, which you wouldn't really be expecting at this price point. But again, it's a slimmer box, people. No charger in a box, man. I think go check out Izzy, my guy Izzy. He is one of the first people I've seen do a proper unboxing of it. Go check him out for that one, man. He did well with that. But yeah, no charger in the box. It means you got to invest in a 25 watt charger from Samsung. And I've got one. I get the review unit in. You know me. I'm still one of the only few people that actually still enjoys making charging test videos or test it and see what the results are to get to full for a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. But overall, Samsung are claiming is 2 days? 2 days? I don't think so. I don't know, but maybe 2 days of light usage. And again, in terms of the processor, maybe being a bit more efficient and the optimization with One UI, who knows, but we'll see how that comes. But that's the battery capacity, and it's good that they've been able to fit like a really, really big battery in there for both models. Again, pretty much the same. All right, putting it all together, man, the A53 is starting at £399 and the 33 is starting at £329. Really, really competitive pricing when it comes to that. Availability though, I believe the A53 will be soon at 1st of April and the A33 is a little while away, 22nd of April. It's almost a month or more away, damn. So right now, in terms of these outings, I'll be very honest, using them hands-on for that quick 30 minutes for that first look, I have more confidence in these products than I did with the A52. The A52, I didn't really get along with it that well. It was only the camera system that really saved it. I wasn't surprised because the A52s really did need to come out to optimize. And I hope that's just not the case. And out the gate, it's a really good experience when it comes to using it. Let me know your thoughts on the A53 and the A33, the new A series, and I believe there should be an A73 and an A13 coming out a little bit later, but more on that when it comes to the time. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace. A quick word from channel affiliate partner NordVPN. As my preferred VPN of choice, NordVPN gives you a secure connection while keeping a fast connection and also access to content in different regions on popular services like Netflix. Use my unique link for your NordVPN plan and my coupon code LOVEROFTech backed with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee.